James, my name is Nick and today we are going to discuss about how to stop being tired all the time, something that might look like science fiction to you now, but it's not that complicated after all. If you are feeling tired all the time, this video and smashing that like button is definitely for you. If you really don't want to feel tired all the time, make sure to smash that subscribe button too, because I have a lot of good news in the next videos for you. First of all, what is the difference between you and Elon Musk? Or what is the difference between you and Jeff Bezos? We all have 24 hours. We can all earn $180 billion. And we can all move to Mars, right? Well, not really. The difference between you and them is that you are feeling tired all the time. And you can't really invent those rocket ships and generate billions of dollars in income. These days there is massive confusion between having energy and preserving energy. We watch Netflix all day and we spend massive amount of time on social media. When it's time to stand up and complete an important task, bam, we have no energy. How come we are low on energy when we spend our whole morning and evening laying in bed and basically preserving every atom of energy? And on top of that, we wake up every morning feeling like we've been hit by a truck. Many things come into play when it comes to general fatigue and tiredness. And this does not involve chronic fatigue syndrome and SEID, which affects millions of people in the US alone. This involves general tiredness, which most people feel by not having healthier habits and clear vision for their life. There are many habits that must be changed before we get that booming energy, which we are going to discuss later. But first, let's explain why you're feeling tired all the freaking time. As people, we have a hard time understanding paradox, right? Like beginning of an end, or knowing that we know nothing. And the same goes for energy. We have more energy by doing more things. Now, let me explain. If you have a clear vision of what you want to be in the future, all you need to do is take action. But that's easier said than done. And thanks to science, now we know the harsh road. If you haven't heard about neuroplasticity, you've been missing out a lot. The more you do something, the more you strengthen the bond between the physical action and your brain. This is called neuroplasticity, and it's actually brilliant. The more you do something, the more it becomes wired in your brain. So let's say if you exercise every day, you will get bound to it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. But this also means that if you watch Netflix every day, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The choice is yours. However, we didn't say what this has to do with having more energy. But first, let's go back to evolution. A long time ago, our lifestyle involved of us moving almost constantly. We had to hunt for food, gather and do all the chores necessary in order to survive. All we should do now is pick up the phone, call our favorite pizza company, and get the food on our doorstep in no time. No wonder why we're so lazy now. Evolution has made us to move, almost necessary. You can only Google the detrimental health effects of living a sedentary lifestyle and everything becomes clear as a day. Okay, let me do you a favor by explaining just some of them. Number 1, weight gain. We all know weight gain brings its own nasty problems like obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. The more weight you gain, the harder your heart has to work. Number 2, loss of flexibility. Blood doesn't flow as freely through tight and bound muscles. Inflammation and pain rear their ugly heads as flexibility is lost. The more sitting you do, the more your hip flexors and low back becomes particularly tight. Your abs and glutes also become weaker. Number 3, lower metabolism. A sedentary lifestyle means fewer calories burned. A lot of your body's ability to break down fat simply shuts down. Number 4, osteoporosis. Here is not so obvious health risk. Your body and muscles are made to move. Your bones are made to bear the weight of movement to stay strong. A sedentary lifestyle and too much sitting can lead to osteoporosis. Number 5, increased chances of dementia, depression, and anxiety. The mind is more linked to the lack of moving than most realize, especially in the older people. But you don't have to become old before you feel the negative harmful effects of leading a sedentary lifestyle on the brain. Just by knowing the scientific facts, it's not very hard to realize that we are made to move, right? Our bodies work in perfect sync when we move, rather than when we lie down in bed and watch Netflix. Even with the Neolithic Revolution, or so-called agricultural revolution, we still had a lot of physical work in order to grow the crops, protect them, and stash them. What happened that changed everything was the invention of the microchip, or to be more precise, the consequences of the microchip, which was the digital age. Of course, everything was done for all the right reasons, like not having to send out letters that would arrive in the next 2 weeks. But as a consequence of everything becoming so easy, we are taking many important things for granted, like food, exercise, or simply being spiritually fulfilled. We made it pretty clear that we have to move for the body to function properly. And this in turn will give us more energy instead of making us tired. When was the last time you felt that breeze of energy in the morning? That burst of alertness and agility? I can almost guess that it was some upcoming presentation, some performance, or you simply being happy like a little kid to do something you're really passionate about. When we love the work, the relationship, the hobbies, and simply all the tasks in our daily routine, we will have more energy than doing something or being part in something we hate. It's only logical. Loving what we do gives us inspiration to turn the TV off, get our butt up, and take some form of physical action. Like you smashing that like button right now and subscribing on my YouTube channel. But there are two more things we must do if we want to delete the general tiredness that is slowly taking our time away. The only resource we cannot get back. The second thing is nutrition. Your body is your temple. If you don't take care of it, you will face tremendous health problems. Sometimes I wonder how on earth our bodies can process all those burgers and pizzas, and not to mention all the booze. But when someone becomes ill because of their own choices, everything becomes clear. So what is really healthy nutrition? Healthy diet is not about severe restrictions and limitations, or depriving yourself of all the tasty things in the world. It's about feeling truly alive, energized, and great in every aspect. If you're one of those people who have way too many opinions about what you should and shouldn't eat, you're not alone, believe me. Some food gurus will tell you to eat something, while others will tell you to do the complete opposite. The truth is that healthy diet consists of eating real food. Instead of the processed junk food we're so used to eat every day. Eating food that is as close as possible as nature made it can make a huge difference the way you think, the way you look, and the way you feel. And you don't have to deprive yourself of the junk food forever and ever. You just have to pay attention to your overall diet. And that is why we invented cheat meals. By using these simple tips, you can cut through the confusion and learn how to create and stick to a varied, nutritious, and tasty food that is good for your mind and for your body. While some extreme diets may suggest otherwise, we all need a balance of protein, carbohydrates, fat, fiber, mineral, and vitamins to sustain a healthy body. You don't need to eliminate certain categories of food from your diet. You just need to pick the healthiest options from each category. And the third one and last is staying physically active. For some people, this is the worst type of conversation. They run away from exercise like the plague. But exercise is really vital to our well-being. Plus, who doesn't want that stunning summer body? Exercise benefits every part of the body, including the mind. Exercising causes the body to make chemicals, or so-called endorphins, that can help a person feel good. Exercise also helps a person sleep better. And yes, putting that phone down at night also helps you sleep better. It can also help some people who have mild depression and low self-esteem. Plus, exercise can give people a real sense of accomplishment and pride at having achieved a goal, like beating an old time for a 5-mile run. Exercising regularly lowers a person's risk of developing some diseases, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. Also, if you want that stunning hot body turning heads every summer, exercise will help you do that too. Now that we know the benefits, what do we do? Join the gym? Go for a run? What? I personally used to exercise in the gym, and then I started kickboxing. That seems to be working pretty well for me for the last 14 years. Also, running, hiking, and calisthenics seems to be working pretty well too. When it comes to health, I would advise you to go for a run or join the local gym and start from there. I truly hope you can find yourself in some sport, because it will prolong your life, give you more energy, and make you look stunning hot. Just because we didn't mention drinking water, getting enough sleep, and sunlight, we should avoid them. I just think the ones we mentioned are far more easily forgotten than the rest, and we should be reminded of them every once in a while. Being tired all the time is really blocking you from achieving many wonderful things in your life. With a little shift of perspective and mental effort, we can all change our lives, live better, and help this world be a better place. I read a very interesting quote in a book about health and nutrition. It explained that the lifespan expands more and more. But that doesn't mean that we live more quality lives now. We can prolong our lives with pills and medication, but it's really about the quality in the years. I'm not saying we should all die young and happy. All I'm saying is that by doing the things we mentioned, we wouldn't need all the pills and medication to live a long and happy life. Champs, thank you so much for watching the entire video. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Whoa, I almost forgot to tell you to watch this video next because you're gonna love it.